everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I want to show you guys my signed K-pop merchandise collection. In a recent collective haul, I asked if that was something you would be interested in, and there was some interest, so I thought it would be cute to just make this video for you guys. For context, I officially started my K-pop collection in like January of 2018, so this is everything that I've gathered since then. I don't have too many things, but I would say I have some decently interesting things. I'm gonna break this video down into like smaller sections, so I'm gonna do like albums first, and then posters, Polaroids, and then like extras. Not that there's that much extra, there's just like one thing extra, but I didn't really know where to include it, so it's gonna be an extras. So yeah, let's just get into it and start with my albums. So the very first signed item that I ever got is actually this one, which is You Make My Day by 17. It is signed by Kpop, and it was done like randomly through M-Wave. I would have of course preferred Dino, but honestly I was just really happy to get something signed. So yes, got this You Make My Day meet version signed by Kpop. It took me the longest time to actually figure out who had signed this because I did not recognize his signature whatsoever. So I had this for a whole year before I finally asked on my Instagram if anyone knew who it was, and instantly a bunch of carrots were like, it's Kpop. That was super embarrassing, but I know who it is now, and I'm really happy because, of course, I love Kpop so much. So yeah, this was my very first signed album. Actually, no, this wasn't my very first signed album. I had a BAP Carnival album signed by Daehyun, but I like sold that off recently to one of my mutuals, and that was actually the first signed album that I ever had, and this is the second one. I totally forgot about that, but yeah, this is the first one that I got that I have still, yes. Anyways, moving on. This one I got right after the other one, obviously. This is from You Made My Dawn, and this is actually signed by Dino, which I'm so happy about because this was the first thing that I received that was like signed by him, and he's obviously my bias, and at the time he was my alt. So this means a lot to me that I got this because, like I said, it was the first one I got. This was also through M-Wave, and I'm so happy that I actually got him. I'm like so happy about the fact that I have both like You Make My Day and You Made My Dawn signed. That is literally one of my favorite things about like these signed albums, is that they're from like the same series. So yes, these two 17 albums. Then the next one I got is this Hyewon signed album for Colorize. This is also from M-Wave, but I bought this through Kpop Town. Sometimes Kpop Town and some other Kpop stores get like leftovers from M-Wave, so that is how I got this one, and you could choose, which I'm so happy about because obviously I wanted Hyewon. And if you know me even a little bit, like Hyewon is my ultimate bias, like alt of alts. I love her so much, so I was so happy to have this. My goal is to have a signed album from her for like every release of theirs, but honestly that is just not something that I'll be going through with right now. It's something for future me. But I do have this, and I appreciate that so much. And like I said, it was the first signed thing from her that I got, so it obviously means a lot to me. Then moving on to my next M-Wave album, we got this OT7 signed VAV Poison album. I was so happy that I could get this. I love VAV. I don't talk about them that much on my channel, but I really do love them a lot. And they're actually the group, I think, that I have the most signed items for. Either them or 17, but probably them. And as soon as I saw this, I was just like, I need to get it, because for the other things, at least one member was missing. So I'm really happy to actually have an OT7 signed album. Poison definitely isn't my favorite of their albums, but I love it a lot. And again, I'm just so happy to have this. And then my last M-Wave album is this Hengare album. This is the Hana version, and it is signed by Hoshi, I think. He's definitely the signature that matches the best, so I'm gonna say Hoshi. Please do correct me if you know their signatures better than me, and let me know who it is if it isn't Hoshi. I have convinced myself that it is in fact Hoshi. But yeah, I joined a group order for this, and obviously my number one choice was Dino, but not that many people joined, so the chances of getting him were slim. But again, I'm fine with it. I love all of 17, and just having something signed by them is incredible. So got this Hoshi. I am considering like pulling this album apart because it is not very convenient. And then just like framing the page itself. Also look, it's like bending, which I'm very sad about. So if I could find a frame for it, then maybe I could flatten it out. So yeah, that is the goal. Then moving on from M-Wave albums, I want to get into Fansign albums. So as of right now, I have won 2 fansigns, like online fansigns. Lunar Solar back in their debut days in September, and Hyewon for One Wheeler, which was on my birthday, and I have a video up about it, and oh my god, that was such a great experience. So the first album is Lunar Solar. This is Solar Flare. And I'm gonna flip to the pages where they signed. I do also have a video where I unbox this and the other albums, so go check it out if you're interested. So here is Taerang, and she signed on a page of her and Yuri, which I thought was very cute. This is from Esau, and oh my god, I love her signature. I'm literally so obsessed with it. I'm just so sad because for most of these girls, they didn't sign on like a page with their face, which like is making me kind of sad because I would like to like pull them out and like frame them, but I can't because of where they signed, so. But that's okay, that's like a first world problem. Then this is from Jian, so cute. I love her little message. And then lastly, we should have Yuri somewhere. I'm pretty sure they all signed on this concept. Ah, here it is. So it just says thank you, and oh my god. All of their signatures are super cute. Like, I love Lunar Solar so much. So yeah, that was my Lunar Solar Fansign album. And then we have the photo book for the Scene 1 One-Reeler. And I got this signed by Yujin, Cheon, Sakura, and Hyewon. First up, here is Yujin. I love this page, and I love that she signed on this page. Like, this is great. I love this so much. And then next up is Hyewon, and she actually spelled my name wrong, which, if she says that's my name, then that's my name, you know? Like, no issues here. That's just the way it is. She's so cute. I am so thankful that I got to meet her. Again, if you want to check out how that went, then I will leave a link and probably leave a link in the card up above as well. Just because it was such a cute interaction. I really appreciate that I got to meet them. And then here we have Sakura. So cute. I loved her hair here. Sakura looked so tiny in like the fan call. Like, she looks super tiny. She's so cute. And then lastly, we should have Cheon. Here we go. Again, she did not sign like on a page of her face, and she's like the only one who didn't do that, which makes me sad. Very sad. Like, come on, Cheon, you're right there. Her handwriting was definitely the best out of all 4 of them. I think they were kind of in a rush, but she's so cute. That concludes the albums. Let's move on to posters. So I have 2 signed posters. One of them is this tiny one from VAV's Christmas Bash from like this year's Christmas, or well, last year's Christmas, 2020. They did like a Christmas Bash concert / fan meeting with this site called Studio PAV, and I joined, and everyone who bought the VVIP tickets got like a signed poster and a Polaroid. The Polaroid isn't signed though, so I won't be showing it in this video, but you got a Polaroid. So as you can see, this is only like 6 members since Baron, my bias, is not here, which I'm so sad about, but it's okay. It was still a really nice experience. And also, this came like kind of damaged, but there's not really much I can do, so yay. But at least I have it, and I'm very happy about that. So yes. Then for the last poster that I have this signed Cherry Bullet Cherry Rush poster, and it is huge and does not fit in frame. So I'll be showing it to you like this. So I'll be starting off with this side, and then I'll like turn it around for you to get a better look. So yes, we have these girls. And then these girls on the other side. It's such a cute poster, and Cherry Rush is such a nice concept. So I'm really happy about it. I really want to get it like framed, but I haven't been able to find a frame that fits it yet. And also frames are very expensive here. But the way I got it is that it was through a Weavers event. They recently got Weavers. If you're not familiar with that, that's like a fan cafe kind of app, kind of like Bubble. And they did like a startup event where I was so fortunate as to win this, which I'm very happy about. And then we move on to Polaroids. And for Polaroids, I have one that's like an actual Polaroid, and then I have some others that I'll explain it when we get to them. First up, we have Taerang. I'm of course gonna either like put a filter over her, or I'm gonna put my ad on it. But I won this alongside the video call, so every winner got like a signed Polaroid. So I got Taerang, and she's super cute. Again, I am absolutely in love with her signature, and all the little doodles are so adorable. She is so freaking cute in this Polaroid, and I'm so happy that I have this. And then for the others that I was talking about, we're gonna need my boy group binder. So once again, we're at VAV, and VAV did a like meet and greet tour in 2018 for their release Senorita. And at the tour they had a like fan signing event, but you didn't get an album signed, you got like these printed Polaroids that they then signed in front of you. So these aren't Polaroids in the same sense that like the other one is a Polaroid, since obviously the picture looks like this for like everyone who went, and you can easily find this photo online. It was like their teaser photos, but they did sign it in front of us, so I kind of counted as a Polaroid. I don't know, I didn't know where else to include it in this video, to be honest. But yeah, basically we got one for every member who was like active during this time. Jacob was on a Chinese survival show at the time, so he wasn't there, but all the other 6 members were. And like the bags are a little dirty because I had them stored against each other throughout the entire event, like in my bag. But yeah, I have all of them, and they're so cute. Like, I miss concerts so much, and this entire experience was just such a nice experience, and I miss them a lot, especially Baron. Like, look at him, look at his hair. His red hair was such a serve. He looks so good. And then last but not least, we have this. I wasn't sure if I should include this in the like Fansign album portion of this video, since obviously it isn't an album, it is just a page, but this is my Dino Fansign slot from an ode. I was so happy when I saw someone selling this on Twitter. Like, for the longest time, getting a Fansign slot for Dino was like my biggest dream in terms of collecting. This was before like online fansigns started. If you're like new to collecting K-pop, then basically how this works is that a group photo manager in Korea would buy enough albums to get into a fan sign, and then they would go, and for every member they would probably have like a different name, and then they would like tear it out of the album and send it to you. The question that I asked him was what his favorite like self-choreographed dance was, and I also wrote him like a little letter that he actually like opened and read at the fan sign, which like, oh my god, like that was a moment. I wish I was there myself, but obviously I was not. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this. Usually I store this in like a frame, but the other day I accidentally like knocked on my like storage unit thing, and then it actually fell down and the glass like shattered. So I've been keeping it outside of that for a couple of days now because of that, obviously. And I need to get a new frame for this like as soon as possible. That was the last signed item that I wanted to show you. I don't have too much, but I do think the things that I have are very sentimental and nice, and obviously I love them very much. Like, having something signed is just, it's a nice feeling. I really can't explain it, and I don't know like the psychology behind it. If you do, let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was probably not that long, but I hope you found it entertaining nonetheless. I love showing off my collection. That is why I have a YouTube channel, obviously. And like I mentioned, these items mean a lot to me. So thank you, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!